Sorry.
He's
Okay. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Good morning or good afternoon now. So welcome to our businesses, community partners, and the State Department of Administrative Services. We continue to collaborate to bring free informational resources to our business community throughout the year. Businesses of all sizes and types will learn about how to do business with the state of Connecticut. The opportunity to supply products and services to the state, from catering to construction and other, are plentiful, but you have to be prepared. Today, you will learn what it takes and how to position yourself for these opportunities. So I'm going to turn it back to you, Rena.
Yes. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rena Bakalar. I'm the Director of Economic and Community Development for the town of Trumbull. Gia Mintillo in our office is also here today, and this is a collaborative effort with the Department of Administrative Services. It's part of our ongoing technical assistance work that we do out of our department here in the town of Trumbull. We do regular webinar series through the year on various topics to benefit our business community. Everything we do is free to the business community. So we hope that you'll stay in touch with us at the Town of Trumbull Economic and Community Development Office and attend this session and others along the way. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over right now to Meg from the Department of Administrative Services, and she'll take it from here. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. And thank you again. We are so excited to have this be the first of a partnership with the town of Trumbull. So we're very excited to offer you this webinar today. I am Meg Yadoshevsky. I am the program manager for the team of business access out of the Department of Administrative Services. Today, you're going to learn how to take that journey if you are a small business and you're looking to do business with the state of Connecticut. I'm joined with Kevin Nodwell and George Bernaco, who are going to walk you through this webinar. Again, thank you again, and we are available at the end of the webinar for question and answers as needed. I'll turn it over to George Bernaco at this point, and again, thanks again.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is George Bernaco, and I'm accompanied by Kevin Nodwell. As Meg said, we are part of the Business Access team, and we are representing the Department of Administrative Services Procurement Division. The Procurement Division is the lead procurement agency for the state of Connecticut and manages most of the contracts for agencies across the state. These contracts are used for purchasing products and services for Connecticut agencies and provide opportunities for Connecticut businesses. Today, we're going to talk about contracting with the state of Connecticut. We'll answer 3 questions. Why contract with the state? Is my business ready to contract with the state, and how do I get started? And what is the Small Business Enterprise Certification Program? We will pause periodically to give you a chance to answer questions, and as Meg said, we'll take questions at the end of the seminar. With that, I'm going to transfer it over to Kevin.
Thanks, George. Hello, everybody. So we're going to start with a question. Why should you contract with the state? The state can be an important customer to help you expand your business. To demonstrate, I'm going to cover the 5 C's of contracting with the state of Connecticut. The first C is competition. There is a myth that the state has a list and if you want to do business with the state, you have to get on that list. There is no list. We practice competitive and transparent procurement processes. This benefits us better, but with better pricing, and benefits you with more opportunity. The second C is commodities. We contract a wide variety of products and services. Last year, the state spent over $1.1 billion on over 1,500 contracts. If you have a product or service to sell, it's worth exploring whether the state of Connecticut purchases those items. The third C is continuity. We offer continuous opportunities. We are a consistent buyer, whether the economy is strong or if we're passing through lean times. Unlike the private sector, our demand is largely unaffected by economic cycles. Number 4 is customers. If you are successful, state contracting expands your customer base. Sorry, I got an incoming call. So when you're awarded a contract, that contract is available to all state agencies who will potentially use that contract to make purchases. In addition, Most of our contracts are available to Connecticut municipalities and state educational institutions. And finally, our fifth C is compensation. We pay our bills. For the majority of companies, we have payment terms of net 45 days. However, if you're a certified Connecticut small or minority-owned business, you get net 25 days.
The second question we're going to talk about is my business ready and how do I get started? We have created a checklist to help guide you in your preparations for state contracting work. Before we begin, it's important to note that we are providing general guidelines today. Every bid is different. So this list does not cover the needs for every opportunity, but does cover the most common ones. Sorry. So number one, make sure your business is set up correctly and in compliance with the government and industry requirements. A few items to consider. Ensure your business is registered with the Connecticut Office of the Secretary of State. Obtain a federal employee identification number, or FEIN or IEN, from the IRS. And make sure all required business and trade licenses are current and active. Number two, do you have the capacity to complete the contract work, and can you demonstrate that? You will need to provide evidence of relevant experience. At the DAS, we have made a conscious effort to make it easier for companies to qualify for bids. One of the ways we did this is by allowing relevant experience to be demonstrated through the experience of company principals, not just the company itself. This allows newer businesses or those expanding into new areas to qualify for bids. Please note, this is not the case in every bid, but where possible, we have made this change. Another change is with equipment. Where possible, businesses no longer need to own the required equipment, but must have access to it. This makes it easier for companies with less resources to participate in bids. Make sure you have the financial capacity to work on a government project. You need to be able to pay yourself and your workers while you wait for payment. Sorry, I gotta click on the animations. Although not required, we recommend submitting your capability statement with bids. This is a great way to show relevant experience and capacity. Along those lines, include any certifications, even if they are from other states. These may provide added value to your bid. Number three, we're going to talk about reviewing requirements. Before submitting a bid, you will need to make sure you meet the bid requirements, but also consider the awardee requirements in case you win the bid. Your company will need to meet the specific insurance requirements outlined in the bid, so make sure you are working with the right insurance company. Legal representation can be helpful. A lawyer with experience in public sector contracts can help you navigate negotiations and understand the contract terms. Depending on the type of solicitation, for example, an RFP or a request for proposal, some may require more legal assistance than others. One of the most important contract terms is indemnification. Your company will be required to accept liability for acts of omission, so make sure you are willing to accept this before putting the time into a bid proposal. And then be prepared to have your work performance rated on Procurated. This is a public sector supplier review website. The easy way to think about it is it's kind of like Yelp for the public sector. All public procurement departments that use this service will see your reviews for Connecticut work. Make sure you are up to the job so you get a positive review. I'll turn it back over to Kevin.
Thanks, George. So number 4, apply for small minority-owned certification. If you have a Connecticut-based small business, then let me emphasize Connecticut-based, this is only for Connecticut-based programs, small or minority-owned business enterprise, you may be eligible for certification as a small or minority-owned company. Executive branch agencies across Connecticut have small minority business enterprise allocation goals. These goals are an important element in opening up opportunities for small and minority-owned Connecticut-based businesses. The intention of the program is to assist our local business community to identify opportunities. There are two types of certifications. We have the SBE, which is Small Business Enterprise, and MBE, which is Minority Business Enterprise. Both SBEs and MBEs must meet the following criteria. The principal place of business or headquarters for the company must be located here in Connecticut. Your business must be registered as a small business with the Federal Systems of Award Management, otherwise known as SAM, and your business must be able to run independently of any other companies. Now, MBEs must meet that same criteria as SBEs, but also there's additional criteria. At least 51% of the company must be owned by a person or persons with minority status. This includes members of racial or ethnic minorities, women, or individuals with a disability. Now, this particular person or persons must also have operational and management authority within the company. They should be the main persons in charge. They must receive the beneficial interest. This means they receive the greatest benefit, but also have the highest risk. Finally, they must have the technical expertise in the products and services the company sells. Their expertise can not only be administrative, unless that's the pure nature of the business. Some benefits and opportunities. Small and minority business enterprise certification provides benefits as well as marketing and growth opportunities. After your business is certified, it'll be posted to the Small and Minority Business Directory on our platform, CT Gateway. Businesses should also register in the state of Connecticut's contracting portal, CT Source. Inclusion in these two directories leads to marketing opportunities. The Small and Minority Business Directory on CT Gateway provides search capacity to agencies and prime companies looking for potential contractors or subcontractors. They may find your company on our directory and reach out to you. The same is true for CT Source. Buyers may search CT Source for potential sellers and reach out to you with a quote. We also recommend that you include your certification with non-state solicitation responses. The certification should be part of your marketing portfolio. Agencies and companies see our state certification as an added value because the businesses are vetted by the state. All of this leads to growth opportunities. Executive agency SMBE spending allocation goals are an important element in identifying opportunities for local companies. For companies that are awarded contracts, this may lead to expansion by helping you find new customers. We have more details available on our website, including the application steps. If you have a small business, it's worth looking into the certification, and it's free. Again, it's free. Any questions thus far from the audience? Okay, I'll pass it back to you, George.
We'll take questions at the end too, so feel free to put them in the chat or raise your hand at the end. All right. So we come to our final question, and that's the last item on our list. How do you contract with the state? You begin by registering on CT Source. CT Source is our state contracting portal and includes 3 sections: registration, bid board, and contract board. Let's show them all here. There's the registration. Oh, oops. Jumped ahead. So we encourage you to immediately register in CT Source. The state, municipalities, and other political subdivisions, example quasi-agencies, post open solicitations here, often on a daily basis. After registering, you will receive an email each time an opportunity opens as related to your products and services that you sell. Solicitations are only open for a specific period, which can be as short as 5 days, so it's important to learn about them as soon as possible. Registration requires only just a few items: your business legal name as is presented on your tax return, your taxpayer ID, FEIN, or Social Security number, SS number, your main contact information, and your commodity service codes. The system will help you choosing those. Turn this over to Kevin.
Okay. After submitting your application, you'll be able to log into the system and visit your supplier dashboard. The supplier dashboard includes a message board with reminders and helpful hints, solicitations link to see the solicitations that are available based on the business's codes, and a help link where you may choose online, phone, or email help. Online Online includes topics like demos and how to use CT Source. So returning to the main CT Source board, we're going to move to our second section, the bid board. In addition to receiving email alerts when bids open and checking your CT Source dashboard, you can also search for open solicitations here. This section is a great starting point to view opportunities and to see a summary of requirements.
All right, so if you have found a solicitation and you are considering submitting a proposal, log into CT Source. You'll return to your supplier dashboard. Click on Solicitations drop-down menu, highlighted here, and then select View Current Solicitations. And you will be able to search for the bid that you are interested in. You'll have access to the full solicitation. So that includes attachments, questionnaires, evaluation criteria, and detailed submission instructions. And that's so you can fully assess whether you meet the requirements. One more important note, if you view a solicitation while logged in, or if you submit a response, the system will automatically notify you by email of any addenda. This happens periodically, so is an important feature. So we have summarized the best practices to keep in mind when you are submitting a proposal. The most important thing to do is read the solicitation in detail. Read everything. The attachments, questionnaire section, and the evaluation criteria. This will help you in understanding the full scope of requirements. If one is available, take advantage of the question and answer period, or Q&A period. You'll submit questions in a specific format during a specific time frame and then review the answer in CT Source. All questions and answers are posted in CT Source so that all bidders have the same information. So definitely review this whether or not you post any questions. So you want to also proof your proposal before submission. Make sure you answered all questions completely and in the required formats and structures. Make sure you uploaded all required attachments and verify all formulas and calculations. And then finally, don't change any bid forms provided in the solicitation. Don't substitute items unless the solicitation allows it.
All right, the final section of CT Source is the contract board. You can use this board in 4 ways. First, you can research for developing bid proposals. Contract pages include all the contract documents. When this contract goes out for renewal, you can see what was accepted the last time around and even see specific pricing. This is invaluable information for developing competitive solicitation proposals. Number 2, you can identify future opportunities. Contracts include the expiration date. In the year or so prior to this expiration date, keep an eye out for a new solicitation. You may even be proactive and start working on your proposal at that time. Number 3, you may identify subcontracting opportunities. There's a few ways to do this. You can find these during the bid process. You may attend pre-bid meetings if subcontracting is required on a solicitation and connect directly with the prime contractors who will be submitting the bids. If there is no pre-bid, you'll have to do a little bit more legwork. When you find a solicitation that interests you, reach out to the prime contractors in your industry and ask if they're going to submit a bid. Let them know that you'd like to work with them on it. You can also use the contract board to find opportunities by reviewing the current awarded vendor names and contact information. Reach out to them and offer your products or services. Some of these distributors have a diversity icon next to them. The icon represents that if they're certified small or a minority business enterprise. Reach out to them as well. Please be aware that not all contracts allow subcontracting. However, this does offer another tool in your outreach toolbox. And 4, if you're a dealer, in the search filter for piggyback and co-op contracts. Look through the suppliers on the contract as you may find manufacturers. Contact them and offer to partner with them as a local Connecticut-based provider.
All right, to move forward in contracting, we encourage businesses to work with one of our partners. We understand that everyone is in a different stage. Some are ready to start contracting and others need to get ready for contracting. These are partners, organizations that help businesses with either stage. We have included them here. So we have the Small Business Development Center. We have Apex Accelerator and the Women's Business Development Council. And finally, we have the Minority Construction Council. Each of these organizations can assess readiness for government contracting, position businesses for competitiveness, and assist with municipal, state, and federal contracting. Link to these organizations are on our website. We encourage you to learn more about them and connect with them. Our team is available also for questions and concerns. We are a customer service oriented team, so please don't hesitate to reach out with questions. We respond quickly and offer services in English and in Spanish. We will also post the website email for supplier diversity and our CT source in the chat. So if you have any questions about any of the specific websites, we'll give you the emails to provide. Finally, we ask that you help us spread the message. We want you to spread the message about the benefits we offer of contracting with the state of Connecticut. It is a priority for the state to get more businesses involved in our solicitation process. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will be open the floor to questions.
So if anybody that's tuned in has any questions, we'd love to hear from you. I just appreciate all you've done to try to help us get some more information. I know some of the other partners that you listed, I've used, our department's used, and I've directed to other businesses that Trumbull supports through our technical assistance services, and they've been fantastic. We are regular partners with the small business development centers that do all kinds of free business counseling for businesses on everything from business planning to procurement to all kinds of supports, marketing, and other things. So there's a lot of free resources to help the businesses out there, including, the information that you led on today. So we hope people will take advantage of that. A lot of this is also on the Town of Trumbull's website, on the Economic Development page. We have a Business Resource Center, and we cross-reference a lot of these resources with our local Business Resource Center as well. So you can find follow-up information on our website.
And Rena, if I could just close out by saying, as we started this webinar, we said we want to be your partner of choice as a business owner. We truly do. The state of Connecticut is open. We have several opportunities and sourcing opportunities. As we took you through this journey of how to start the process of thinking about doing business with the state of Connecticut, we can again have more conversations with you as a business owner. And this is the first of many webinars I know we're going to do with Trumbull. So I
Absolutely.
want to leave with that so that
Okay.
we know we provided a lot of information. However, we're here to assist.
I think,
Thanks.
can you list, I know in our flyer, we talked about some of the kinds of businesses, construction firms, we know that. You have catering, gasoline, guardrails. What are some other kinds of services that you hire for, just so that the folks here have an idea of how broad it is in terms of what they can look for?
Sure, absolutely. I can take that. We often say we have contracts from A to Z, and we truly do. If you think of the state of Connecticut and the DAS, or the Department of Administrative Services, and the Procurement Division, we are the lead contracting agency for all the state of Connecticut agencies. So we're buying things from guide rails to accounting and graphic design. So it's not just the bricks and mortar. For many years, all we were thought of as in the trades, right? A plumber, electric, landscapers. Yes, of course, we absolutely need those services. But we also have accountants, engineers, graphic designers, media marketing, shoes for the correctional guards, uniforms, uniform cleaning services. So it does run the gamut. I know George and Kevin always hear me say we have to buy fish food. So who would think we would be buying fish food, but we have to buy fish food for the Department of Environmental Protection. So it truly runs the gamut of services. So there's no box. If you are a business owner and have a product or service you should look at the state of Connecticut for a partnership, being a client, for your services.
I know one of the things that we talked about as a lead up was, in days past, a lot of businesses felt that doing business with the state of Connecticut could be difficult, but you've done a lot of work to streamline. Can you just elaborate on that?
Sure. I'll take it in a couple ways. One, you'll see in this webinar, we really focused on what we call CT Source. CT Source is the contracting portal. That's the gateway really to do business. And Kevin and George walked you through the registration, the bid board, and the contracting board. You'll note that that's open and transparent, right? We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because it is on the internet. It's on the web base. So that's one of the things that we're really pushing is the use of technology there. Our opportunities, our sourcing opportunities are completely paperless, right? So again, that's kind of streamlining that process. We're able to receive bids electronically, which has sped up the process. With electronic payment, again, that's another advantage that we have. And then outside of the procurement process, the presentation today talked about certification as a small minority-owned business. That is an online web-based application as well. So again, we realize that small businesses are doing their administrative work on off hours, right? I mean, I see it. We see applications coming in at all hours of the night because we know small businesses, that's when they get their work done, right? So again, pushing that use of technology. I would direct any small business or any business to our website. We're really pushing the use of kind of putting enough information on our website so you have the access to all of this information. And as George mentioned, we are very customer oriented where, we will provide you with emails, and those emails are checked every day religiously. So we'll get back to you.
Great. So is there anyone left on the webinar that might want to ask a question? I know things are wrapping up and our attendees are dropping off, but is there anyone else that would like to ask a question? So hearing none, we just appreciate all of your attendance here today and all of our businesses. You work hard, you create jobs, you're so important, particularly our small businesses who are the lifeblood of our communities across Connecticut and in Trumbull. So we appreciate you. We appreciate everything you're doing at the Department of Administrative Services to make things more understandable and customer friendly and collaborative, so we can see the change. I can see it, having been around 37 years in this work. I see a lot of progress, and it really is a pleasure to work with you. And for all the folks that are in Trumbull, please feel free to reach out to me personally, Rena Bacalar, Director of Economic and Community Development, or Gia Mantillo, our Economic Development Associate in the office. We're here to help and support you with very personalized technical assistance for your business. So thank you.
Thank you.